So we finally have a new bot MO, and this gives me an excuse to show you guys my favorite build to fight the bots on megacities. Now, the only essential part of this build, I think, is the portable hellbomb backpack. Due to the fact that stratagem jammers can spawn underground and softlock you from completing the mission, you need to bring this as it's the only tool you have that can actually destroy a jammer if you can't access the terminal. Since there's no sieve artillery on the megacity missions, this is the only thing in the game that actually can get you out of that soft lock, so it's kind of mandatory, which sucks, but it's still a good backpack on the cities. It has a lot of utility, and it's great at dealing with jammers even when they're not bugged out. So it's not a wasted slot to speak, though I would probably prefer the shield backpack if I had the choice. As to support weapons, I really like the commando against the bots. I think it's my favorite one-handed or non-backpack weapon, because you can get so much mileage out of it with careful aim. I really like aiming for weak points, and this thing is great at that. It one-taps Hulks to the visor, it one-taps the really annoying War Striders to the leg joint, and two-taps them to the groin, because the leg joint's kind of a hard shot. And it's also really good against cannon turrets. It can take them out from the front, contrary to things like the railgun and the HMG, which we struggle, or can't in case of the HMG. It's just super reliable, and as long as there's no negative cooldown modifiers, I think that you personally have enough anti-tank when you pair it with the Senator to help you with Hulks and the Thermite Grenade to help you deal with tanks and Factory Striders. Or just, and also War Striders, just any of the really big scary targets. I'm going to be bringing anti-tank mines. Now this is not something I run that often, but these last two slots on the city are a little less important, I think, than they are on open maps, because just most red and green stratagems aren't as good on city maps as they are on open maps. But the anti-tank mine just drops a boatload of anti-tank mines. Each one can kill Hulks in one tap, and they do a lot of damage to War Striders, tanks, etc. as well, on a pretty fast cooldown. And the best part, the best part is that it does not blow you up when you step on them. It's only activated by heavies. So be careful if you have a teammate with a mech. But otherwise, Helldivers are mostly safe around these. Sometimes they can get blown up by explosives, but at that point, it's still not something you want to stand around. But it won't be nearly as lethal as the anti-personnel mines, which will just shred your team. And the 500 kg just to help clear out outposts and deal with objectives. For my primary, I'm going to be bringing the sickle, not the double-edged sickle. There is an argument for it, but personally, I really like the explosive resist armor, especially on bot cities, because there's a lot of War Striders on bot cities, and they throw a lot of grenades at you. This really helps you survive a lot more than you would wearing the fire resist armor you need for the double-edged sickle. I think the light pen on the last sickle is more than fine. I really do wish it had an extended heatsink like the last 5 Scythe got, but even without it, it's not bad. You still have to reload sometimes, which isn't the end of the world because you still get 3 magazines. It's very rare. I don't think I've ever fully run out of sickle ammo ever while playing this game, so it's not that big a deal. And the very low recoil along with a very high fire rate lets it snipe out Devastator heads very effectively, more effectively than any assault rifle in my opinion, because you just point at the head and it goes down. There is a little bit of spread, which makes it worse at long ranges than the Scythe, but on city maps that is more than mitigated by the closer range environment. It also happens to be my favorite weapon in the game. I love how this thing looks, I love how it feels. It's just A+ design. I really love this thing. And I think that covers everything. I'm going to be running the stamina enhancement booster just to get the mission done a little bit faster. If you're struggling, then maybe vitality enhancer might be a little better at helping you survive those tougher encounters if you're solo. And if you're in a team, your booster selection doesn't matter because everybody should be bringing, you know, the good ones, quote unquote. Otherwise, I think that's everything. I'm trying to make sure. No, I don't think I forgot anything. So I'll see you guys in the mission. Oh good, it actually seems to be daytime at this point, because I did a warm-up mission on this city at nighttime, and holy shit was it hard to see. I don't know why, but megacities in particular have really terrible lighting at night, making it very difficult to see. And you know, the flashlights we have in this game are not present on every weapon, and they also kind of suck when they are present, which is unfortunate. Like there isn't an option for the sickle, for example, for a flashlight. Unironic, and this is going to sound a little weird, but I think in terms of tech, it's actually pretty good to run a laser weapon, a laser beam weapon like the Scythe. Oh, this is a berserker. See, that's a little tough for the sickle. It doesn't handle berserkers all that well. It really is the best against troopers and devastators. It's very effective at taking out devastator heads and big clumps of troopers like this too. But as I was saying, laser beam weapons are actually a great lighting tool. So that's why I like, on bugs at least, where it's not terrible, I like running the Laser Rover backpack on really dark cities, because it just points out enemies at you and lights the way, even if it doesn't do, you know, very respectable damage. Alright, I think I'm gonna get these guys down. I think with the anti-tank mines, honestly, you can kind of just spam them around the city, which sounds like a war crime now that I say it out loud, but you can throw them around, because the cooldown's pretty fast, and they'll just like take care of stragglers for you, straggler heavies at least. Because they can just lock down like a whole avenue, and any heavy that goes through there is just going to have a really bad time. Alright, that was a Seif grenade. They're after me. I'll still save you. I might regret that. So see, the sickle's really not that bad against berserkers, because their heads are just as vulnerable as any other bot. But it's definitely tough when you don't land a headshot. The sickle's damage per second is not great. I think it's about comparable to the base Liberator, if I remember correctly. Another advantage of the sickle, before I forget, over the double-edged sickle, is that the double-edged sickle has this really obnoxious, like, particle smoke effect when you're firing it, which is really, really annoying when you're zoomed in, which I like to be in first person a lot, especially when fighting the bots. It makes it really hard to see what you're actually shooting at. Meanwhile, the sickle doesn't have it. It's just like very clean sight picture. Alright, let's find that resupply again. Why is that? Oh no, that's a different outpost. Okay. See, I'm going to show you another reason why I really like the commando on cities. It's because it's fantastic at taking out the big fabricators. Because you can guide the missile right into the opening, which is kind of difficult to do with other explosive options a lot of the time. Alright, these guys I got. Yeah, so see, the sickle's perfectly serviceable. And see, look at that, threw down the anti-tank mine, and that is a dead War Strider, which is quite nice. Another thing you can do, shoot the anti-tank mines when there's not heavy enemies on it, and it does a pretty good job at clearing them out. It's not super relevant, because it's kind of hard to see the anti-tank mines compared to all the other mines in the game. They glow a lot less brightly, but it's neat tech. And it does have utility like that. So see, you can just like guide that in like all net. It's super smooth. Yeah, no way I'm gonna hit his eye. I hit his arm. I don't think that's gonna kill him. It's always the bleeding. Honestly, the only warbond I don't have right now is For So Long, because I think there's nothing in it that really appeals to me, but bleeding has become such a nuisance that I'm unironically considering getting it just for the bleeding resistance. Is that a gunship? That is a gunship. The commando is also pretty solid against gunships. You do have to guide it a little bit. It is an acquired skill. It's not point and click like the railgun is. But unfortunately, because of this guy, I just don't really like bringing the railgun against bots that much anymore. The minefield might die before it deploys its mines. Seems like that might be what happened. Yeah, oftentimes, even though the commando can one-shot them to the light joint, it's just easier to go into the 2-tap. Oh, that's tough. Oh no, I did deploy the mines. Okay. There we go. One of the downsides of the sickle though is it does have a little bit of a spool up window. Like before you start firing, I'll show you guys after I've dealt with this group. So I'm gonna click the mouse right now, and it takes about half a second to start firing, which it's pretty manageable. It definitely doesn't make the weapon annoying to use or unfun, but it is something you have to keep in mind, especially in close quarters. And I think it also affects the double-edged sickle, if I remember correctly. With the double-edged sickle, you kind of don't let your finger off the trigger very much, so it matters a little bit less compared to the default version, where you actually do need to. Holy frame rate drop! What the hell? You actually do need to be conservative a little bit with your ammo. With the sickle, because it overheats decently fast. Alright. I think I hit him. Nope. No, it did, okay. Just send. You can also use the anti-tank mine like a pseudo red stratagem, and just kind of drop it into an outpost and it'll spread the mines around. Yeah, see, I don't think they one-shot the Striders, which is kind of unfortunate. Alright, this guy's getting such a... I might pull back to the resupply and approach from a different angle. It's really tough to hit the eye of the hulks with the commando. It's not impossible. I still do it semi-frequently, but it usually is. Oh no, my! How does a flamethrower break my leg? Jesus, okay. Request approved. Reinforcements on the way. I'm just happy I can actually see what I'm doing. Honestly, because it was really miserable playing on this city at night, because I just couldn't see anything at all. Alright, let us. I do not have another commando. I might run it down. That's probably the jammer. It is very easy to deal with jammers, bugged or otherwise, when you have the portable hellbomb. That's why I've been saving it. I probably shouldn't have been saving it as much as I did, because, you know, Another one is off cooldown already. Yeah, I'll loop back and deal with this later. So right now, my backpack's just been a dead slot because I've been a little bit too conservative with it. Typically, I think the best way to use it is whenever one is off cooldown, just use it to deal with like an outpost or something. Alright. This might be a little tough. By a little tough, I mean completely impossible to go that way. Okay. Man, I really hate War Striders. There's 4 at this outpost. That's insane. 5! There's 5 War Striders at this outpost. That's insane. Alright, do I saw it? 5 War Striders guarding a stratagem jammer in solos is absolutely fucking nuts. That is unreasonable. Like, without the portable hellbomb there, honestly, I said that the portable hellbomb, I was only bringing it because I had to, because of bugs. But that would have been such a nightmare to do without the portable hellbomb. I genuinely don't think I could have pulled it off. Well, if I bashed my head hard enough, maybe, but it would have not have been very fun. The worst part is that War Striders, like, kind of have replaced tanks. I don't see tanks anymore. Very, very rarely, which is a shame because they look cool. They're a little underpowered, but they're still a fun enemy. Oh yeah, get my hellbomb taken. There we go. Yeah, see, it struggles a little bit outrange to hit headshots because there is that spread on the sickle that isn't there on the side or most assault or any assault rifle. I don't think any assault rifle is spread, but the lack of recoil still makes it very accurate for as far as automatic weapons go. And it just shoots very, very fast. It's got a great rate of fire. So you can easily hit that breakpoint on Devastator heads. Yeah, see, it just absolutely mows down hordes of bot troopers like that. Which bot troopers aren't the scariest enemy, but there's just a lot of them on cities. Alright, let's refresh our commando and keep moving. Oh, that's not normal. I think I heard yeah, another War Strider. Warning, you are in range of enemy artillery. These guys real quick. Yeah, see, I haven't had to reload the sickle once this entire mission. It's still good to know when to reload the sickle, because you know you're still shackled to your resupplies, because you need stims, you need grenades, you need all that good stuff. I think this is going to be the artillery. You know, you still need all those things, and when you get, you know, stims, etc., you still get more sickle magazines. So it still absolutely is worth reloading instead of just waiting out the cooldown sometimes. So there's a lot of enemies and you need gone. Alright. The Scorchers are so hard to take out with the revolver because they move around so much. Okay, the 500 kg got rid of his bombs, which is not his bombs, his cannons. Pretty nice for me. Okay, let's get the hell out of here. That's one thing I really do like about city missions is they don't have any negative modifiers like increased stratagem cooldown and call-in time, and those modifiers really hurt expendable weapons like the E and D command. That's why when you want to use them, I would. Did I just imagine the dropship bobbing up and down like crazy? I'll have to watch that in the recording. What? Have they always done that? Okay, well. That is bizarre. I completely derailed my train of thought. I have no idea what I was talking about. No, it's not coming back to me. But this is, I did it in the wrong order, but you can take these out really easily if you put down the physical hellbomb, or not the physical, but the stationary hellbomb on one, arm it, and then run to the other thing, fuel depot. Which, see, this would have been free if I actually did that. And now it's looking a little expensive. Oh, but I have another hellbomb. Because that configuration with the big fabricator next to it is a little problematic. Oh my, yeah, okay. See, raiders aren't that scary most of the time, but if they get a lucky burst on you, even in this pretty decently heavy armor, it's just over. They do so much damage per burst. If the troopers actually locked in and aimed like that all the time, the bot front would be very hard. Let's see if I can save it. Okay. Oh no, I'm not saving it. Whoa, portable hell bomb upon me. That's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt. Alright, just like that. Yeah, I feel like the anti-tank mines, I'm not 100% sure about that pick. I don't think it's terrible, but I think if I re-racked my brain, I could have a better option. Okay. I've considered bringing eats instead, but I really don't like eats against bots, because the arm window is so obnoxious. It's really easy for bots to ragdoll you out of it, and for you to have to redo it, or just to miss your shot because it took so long to like flip up the site after equipping the portable hell bomb. Right, so let's pass these. Let's save some commando rockets. That does take it out, right? I haven't done one of these in a while. Yeah, there it goes. So now there is artillery somewhere. Oh, I didn't actually save two of those. Crap. Did I hit it? No. Right. Nah, it's still way over. Ooh. I'm so sorry. Oh, you fucking tanked that. Good job, my man. I'm wearing the explosive resist armor, otherwise I'd be paced, but he's just built different. Alright, artillery's this way. Let's deal with that, and I think that is the mission done. I might have missed a side objective at some point. I don't remember, but I feel like I saw a gunship. Alright, I'm not sure. If I find it, I find it. And the Commando really is just like the best anti-objective weapon in the game. It's just so good against all of them. That sounds a little silly to say, but being able to deal with objectives quickly instead of getting bogged down in fighting reinforcements after reinforcements really does make a big difference. So all I need is an angle on the last one. Yep, there it is. It's great against on the bugs too when it comes to like spore spewers, shrinker nests. One call down I think can take two of the bug structures out per use, because it's 2 rockets for each one, compared to the eats, which only take out 1 per call down. Alright, show some minefields. Honestly, maybe the gas mines might serve me better. I mean, that's pretty... Okay, he survived it. Yeah, the anti-tank mines are not it. Is his light on? Okay, that one got it. I really thought it was 1 to take those guys out. That's crazy that it's 2. I think I'm gonna have to make another video at some point with a better replacement for the anti-tank mines, because I really don't think they're the play. I mean, the 120 is not terrible on cities. I have used it before. It's good against objectives. And most of the shells typically get past the buildings, since the destroyer angles around them to a lesser or greater degree, depending on how lucky you are. Otherwise, the mech, I think, is actually a really good pick on city missions, even against the bots, because really the main threat against mechs, I think, is still the cannon turrets, and there's just less of those on city missions, and they have worse sight lines, so they're not going to be as dangerous compared to open fields where they really can ruin a mech's day from, you know, 500 plus meters away. I don't remember what that range is exactly, but it's far. Alright, shoot one, drop shit down as a tree. That shitter's gonna survive, isn't he? No, I think he died actually. That's good. Yeah, there's a lot of crap, so let's please go down. Okay. I think I should be safe. Let's prone. Okay. 18 kills is not all that good. Oh, is that an... No, I'm just missing. I thought the invincible trooper bug was back. Alright, this is a case where I should reload the sickle. There's just too many troopers to deal with them with my mag. Man, the sickle feels so nice to use against troopers. Not that much against devastators. Alright, let's empty for the speedboard loader. I really wish we didn't have this big fucking triangle covering up the entire reticle, and that the Senator's scope sucked a little bit less. Alright, this is just embarrassing for me at this point. There we go. Plus that mine probably would have got it. Or I guess it takes 2 now, which I swore it used to only take 1. Oh. Still does the steam coming out of the ears a bit, even when it's not cooling down. Okay. But the sightline is just so much clearer on this than it is on the Dickel, which is, even though the Dickel is a contender for my favorite weapon in the game because it's very similar to the sickle, that part does make it a little bit unfun to use sometimes. If you care about first person. If you don't care about first person, then I think the Dickel is just better in about every way. And probably worth taking the fire resist armor. I actually did hit his eye. I actually quite like the support weapon scope. It's a little too busy, and the magnification isn't the best, but it's not terrible. I think if they got rid of at least the inner circle with the 4 indents into it, it would be pretty perfect, and had better magnification, of course. But I think that's the mission. So city missions are, I think the bots have the hardest city missions, but they're generally easier than, maybe it's the squids. The bots and the squids are up there. But city missions are generally easier than open field missions, in my opinion. But I think having the portable hellbomb backpack, I did miss a gunship factory, damn it. That's fine. The portable hellbomb backpack is just so nice to help you complete these quickly and efficiently. And it also saves you from the soft logs I mentioned at the beginning of the video. The commando is just, it's a ton of fun to use, and it's super versatile because it can do so many things compared to the Quasar, which is it struggles against objectives and it's a little bit slower. I don't really love the Quasar on bots that much because lining up that charge shot just takes so long, and it's very easy to get ragdolled when you're in solos, especially. Though it is better against War Striders, since I think it one-shots their groin. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm pretty sure it does. Or one-shots their legs at least, that's for sure. Pretty unremarkable stats, nothing super interesting, but that's it for my favorite build against bots on megacities. Commando portable hellbomb's a ton of fun, and the sickle's just a very fun weapon all around, and I wouldn't say it's super underrated. It is definitely pretty weak in the current state of the meta, but I think it's my favorite assault rifle style weapon, even though it's technically not an assault rifle, and it's pretty goddamn effective at sniping out Devastator heads. It doesn't beat the DMRs, but it is more than good enough to be a good time and to not slow you down compared to, you know, higher recoil ARs, which have a much harder time actually landing the 2 shots they need on the head to take it out. But I think that's everything, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and have fun.